Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm sharing with you several farmhouse kitchen DIYs. Last summer, I painted this white crate. I did a lot of distressing with it and made it just like a cool little crate that I could put out on my dining room table. Well, I decided I wanted to add a bit to it. I wanted to add in a stencil that I got from Stencil Revolution. It says mercantile on the front and it's just really easy. So all I'm going to do is on the side of my crate, I'm going to put the stencil and tape it down. Now I wanted to paint it with a dark gray and I didn't have that color on hand. So what I did was I took some light gray paint and added a little bit of black to it, mixing that together until I got my desired color. Next, I'm going to do one coat of my gray paint on my stencil. Now, after I pulled off the stencil, I wanted to fill in the detailed lines. I don't really like having that disconnect in the line, so I'm just gonna take a detail brush and fill in. After my paint had a chance to dry, I'm going to go back in and sand the letters a little bit. I want them to look worn so it matches the appearance of the white on the crate. To fill your crate, you could put anything down at the bottom. I think you should put a layer of bags or fabric or newspaper or something. That way you don't have to fill it with anything at the bottom. I'm just using some fabric that I had on hand. Then I'll add in some hydrangeas that I had on hand. You could add any florals, but I wanted something that was a little bit more spring and summertime. I'm also going to be adding in leaves that I can use as fillers in between my hydrangeas. And I think this looks adorable sitting out on my kitchen table. I wanted to tell you guys about today's sponsor, Aqara. They make this really cool smart wall switch and it pairs up with your Alexa or Apple HomeKit and it's really easy to install. When you order your Aqara wall switch, you can pick 1 or 2 buttons and then you just install it like you would a normal light switch. We installed this light switch in our kitchen because it's one of our most used wall switches. You can download the Aqara Home app on your phone and then you can easily turn the light switch on and off by using your app. So I can be sitting in my living room and can turn my kitchen lights on and off. I love this for when I'm coming in and I'm carrying a lot of things and I can't really turn on the light switch. I can just say, Alexa, turn on kitchen light. Alexa, turn off kitchen light. Aqara makes so many different products that work well together. To enhance your wall switch, you can also pick up an Aqara Cube. The Cube is a unique device capable of controlling your Aqara devices using only 6 simple gestures. You can control any switch with just this one tiny little cube. I think the Aqara Smart Wall Switch is an awesome product. I can't wait to switch out all of the light switches in my home. If you want to check them out as well, I'll leave a link down in the description box. One of the things that I'm always looking for when I go to the thrift store or Goodwill are rolling pins. You can pick these up for a couple of dollars, and when you put them in a grouping together, I think they look really great sitting out in your kitchen. So I had this one on hand. I probably bought it for a couple of dollars, and all I'm going to do is chalk paint the ends of this rolling pin. It's super easy to do. I usually do 1 coat. Once that dries, I'll come back in and sand off the ends to give it more of a distressed look. These are great to sit out in displays. You could also put them in a big crock with a grouping of them, and I think they're really great decor for the kitchen. So for my next planter, I kind of had to think out of the box for this. So I've been rummaging through my garage, looking for projects and things that I just haven't done with stuff I already have on hand. Well, I would say a few months ago, I made a table from a base, but I didn't use the top of it. So I was looking at the top thinking, what could I do with this? And I thought this would make a really cool planter. My husband helped me out with this project, and what we did was we just measured the opening, and then we took a scrap piece of wood and measured it and cut it down so it would fit into that open spot. Next, we screwed in some wood supports on the 3 sides of my planter. The next step was just to use some wood glue and wood glue down that front piece on our support pieces. Once everything had a chance to dry, I came in with Duck Egg by Annie Sloan and did 2 coats on the entire piece. Next, I'm going to be using this Waverly stencil. You can pick it up at Walmart, and I'm just going to put it a little bit off center on the front of my planter and use some Waverly white chalk paint to stencil it. I'll also do another stencil on the front of the planter as well. And of course, I have to distress, so I'm just going to sand it down a little bit so it looks a little distressed. To fill this, you could do so many different things. I decided to put some foam pieces down at the bottom, and I had some tulips on hand that I had previously picked up at Walmart, and I'm just going to put those in the foam pieces. I think it looks very spring and a little bit different than what I normally do with the greenery. And that's it. I think this piece looks great sitting out in my kitchen. On the side of one of my cabinets, I have this little hanging bar, and I hang pots and different things on there, but I do like to change it up because I just think it's like a fun little decor piece. I also like how it's on the side of my cabinet, so it doesn't interfere with the cooking and everything that's out on my counter. So I really do like it for that. And this little bar I picked up at IKEA. So for this, I wanted to change it up a bit. I had this cutting board. I probably picked it up, I don't know, 6 months, a year ago at the thrift store, and I'm just gonna paint it with 2 coats of Waverly white chalk paint. Next, I'll just sand it down a bit around the edges. I'm also going to add in some Dollar Tree ribbon. I picked this up maybe a month ago. I think it's a really cool ribbon. And I'm just going to cut off a piece and hot glue it to the back of my board. Then I'm going to add in a sticker from Dollar Tree. I'm gonna pull off the one that says "Be Kind" and add that to my cutting board. To make this so you can hang it, just add some twine to the top. I always have fun decorating this, and I think this "Be Kind" sign looks great on the side of my cabinet. know which of these projects were your favorite down in the comments. And if you'd like to check out the Aqara home products, I'll link them in the description box. If you're new here, make sure you're subscribed. I post 2 DIYs each week, and I'll also link our last video here for you. And I'll talk to you guys in our next one. Bye.